You see why I hate to trade. You see why I hate to trade. What's good, everybody? So today I decided to trade live. I decided to take this trade on Euro AUD live. This is the exact same setup that I've been preaching on my channel for a while now. And if you've been watching my previous videos, you know that this is the only strategy that I trade now. So let me break down this trade for you guys, and you guys see the trade is actually a live trade. You can see right here, it's a live trade, right? All right. So this is it. This is what's up, right? You guys can see that this market has just put up a low here. It broke structure to the upside with this push, came back here with a higher low. Then this higher low now had, I think it's 2 consecutive impulse candles that broke structure to the upside, leaving behind an order block. Okay, right now you guys can see a very nice order block here, but what caught my attention was this fair value gap. So what happened when I spotted this fair value gap, all I did was highlight it in anticipation to ride price up when price comes back down here. So price pushed up, consolidated here a little, changed character to the downside, and then pushed up a little. Actually, this push I was supposed to be in, but I didn't get tagged in because my entry was a little bit lower than that, so I missed out this push. And then when the price was coming back in, I just looked at it like, this thing should actually still bounce, because I don't think the price should just push away from there. The fact that it didn't push high enough, I knew that okay, there is still a chance for this thing to push up. So that is why I entered this trade. Now this trade could turn out to be a losing trade, all right, and that's perfectly fine. That does not mean your analysis are wrong. Feel me? Maybe I shouldn't have entered again, but the thing is, I believe that this fair value gap here is really big, and price should actually enter this fair value gap, up to a certain extent before the real push starts. So when this push here, when this market taps this fair value gap here and pushed up, the mistake I made was to re-enter, back on the same fair value gap that has already been mitigated here. One of the rules of fair value gap is you don't trade fair value gaps that have been mitigated. You understand? The fair value gaps are not supposed to be mitigated. They're supposed to be untouched. They're supposed to be virgin levels that have not been touched ever before. Yes. And now if you look at this trade, you analyze it properly, you see that price is actually not breaking structure seriously to the downside with impulse. This is impulse, this is pullback, this is impulse, and probably there'll be a pullback here. So if you're trying to manage this trade, what you can do as a trader is if you find yourself in a trade like this, you notice that the market is making lower highs and lower lows, and you're in a buy trade, what you can do is remove your stop loss. As long as there's no major news events coming, you're not expecting any major news, no major move. Also, the session is not about to change or transition to the next session. You know that okay, the market is stable. What you can do is you remove your stops, all right, and you monitor this trade. It will push down a little more, and then when it retraces back, you can hedge your position out. You understand? You can get out of this position with either break even or maybe a tiny loss. But that's not what I'm going to do. I'm going to allow this trade to go to my stop loss, and we move on from there. We call it a day. Then I'll take you guys and we break down some more charts, and let me run you guys through the setups that I'm looking at for this week. Stay tuned. I could have closed if I wanted to. I could have closed out if I wanted to. I'm pretty sure you guys saw that push from that candle. But this setup, I still have little faith in this setup. I don't know, but I have little faith in this setup. You feel me? Because this week here is a good sign that price could push back. There is a chance that price could push back because of this week. This rejection here is very, very good. And then, this next candle here could push down again, leave its own weak, reject as well, and then push. You feel me? And if this thing push, there's a high likelihood that you just change character to the upside and just start pushing. So let's watch. Let's see how it goes. Okay guys, so we have been stopped out on this trade. Like I said, I could have closed out when the price pushed out, when it rejected that level. I could have closed out, but at the same time I would have been missing out on the chance of this thing pushing up. Yeah, so it didn't push up, it stopped us out. Let's move on. You see why I hate to trade. You see why I hate to trade. Look at this. This thing just from stopping me right here with the week. You get, it's like it's coming for my stops. And something actually told me to like put my stops, at the swing low, and stuff like that. I wanted to do that, but at the same time, normally I put my stop loss at the closing at fair value gap resides on. You feel me? Then for this candle that carries the fair value gap, I usually put my stops just at the opening of the candle, which is down here in this case. But now I kept it here. I gave it some buffer again, knowing that okay, I've done it. This at least at this point, this should be good. It came there. It still came for the stops. Then after that, look at this push. This is just barely two candles. You can see already what the market is doing. It's going straight for the target. This is just diabolical, but it's okay, guys. This is the reality of trading. You feel me? Sometimes when you're looking back at charts, you just see opportunities and stuff. But trading in life is different, and this is exactly what I'm talking about. You see that I was right about the direction, but probably my trade management was not good. Actually, I'm proud that I held the trade. I gave it a chance to move, but it did not move in my direction, and that's perfectly fine. But I was right about the direction. That's one thing I'm proud of. All right, so like I said, let's jump in and break down some charts. You see, you see. Oh my God, I really hate trading. Ah, this is not good. Anyways, you guys can see the strategy works, but now you need to have risk management skills, like in order to manage trades like this, in order to actually make money. You could be right, oh, you understand, your setup could be right in everything, but are you going to make money? That's the thing. You need to know how to manage your trades. Look at this gap here as well. You can see how price stacked in here clean and pushed. It's the same thing here, same gap here, break of structure, impulse, price built up, liquidity, a lot of liquidity on its way back. I think this is the real push. This is actually the real move. And sadly, I got a little greedy. I should have kept my stop loss at this swing low. I blame myself for that. I take accountability for that mistake. Yeah, but I'm not worried because why? I know where the market was going and I was right about it. Look at just one candle. Look how big it is. Yeah, so it's all good. It's all good. Let's move on. Okay, guys. Yeah, so let me take you guys through this setup. I don't know. Let's do some chart analysis. That way you guys can follow very yeah. So what I'm looking at on my screen right now is a market trend. You guys can see the movement here. This is an uptrend clearly. A very dirty one at that. Then price now cleanly pushed down to the downside. When you see this, this means the price has more momentum to the downside than to the upside. You see how price was struggling to push up here. You see how consolidating, how dirty it looks. Then when it was coming down, you see a lot of impulse. You feel me? Like I said, to easily tell the direction of the market is just look at where the impulse is. Where is the impulse and where is the pullback? This is the impulse and this is the pullback. I made a video on that. I think my last video. You should watch that video. It's going to teach you a lot about trends and all of this stuff. Yeah, so this is it right here. Now that we have a break of structure here, or change of character, whatever you call it, I don't care. It's still a structure break. All right. Now, where is the fair value gap? I know some people will be looking at this level here, be like, oh, this is the extreme level. You should be trading this one. Yeah, you're right. That's the extreme level, which is good, but it's not valid. Why? Because when I look at this gap, this is a fair value gap. Don't get me wrong, but it's not a high probability fair value gap. There's a reason for that. I'm not going to say in this video, but there's a specific reason why this level, even if the price came all the way up here, it will not work for some specific reason, and you guys will never know it unless you like, I don't know, unless you have a lot of experience with this thing. But there's a reason why this level here is not, it's not even, you don't even consider this level, don't even consider to trade this level. You feel me? There are fair value gaps, but not every fair value gap is tradable. This one is not tradable. This one here too is a fair value gap, but it's not tradable because of the same specific reasons. Okay, these are things that I've put a lot of work, a lot of hours to learn, and I'm not just gonna say it in the video. This information that I'm giving you guys is very useful. You can use it, of course, but is everything 100%? Well, I'll say 80%, but not 100. You feel me? Yeah, the remaining information, or whatever information that you guys think I'm keeping from you, is for myself and my team, or let me see, my VIP members and stuff like that. People actually do pay for this information, so for me to just put it out here for free, meanwhile they are in there paying, is just not making any sense. Okay, so what I'm saying is, this is a trade secret. It's something that I keep to myself, but this right here is not a valid fair value gap. This, in other words, is a fair value gap that is valid. Don't guess. Don't say, oh, it's because the candle here is more impulsive, it's bigger than so. Nah, none of that. That's not even, it's far from that. Don't guess. There's a reason. You will not know the reason unless I tell you. Okay. So you guys can see right here, you can see the level actually did work. Very good. All right. Nice. Now, so like I said, this is the fair value gap. This is a very fair value gap that is valid. Valid FVG. Nice. You can see how price, after price broke structure here, price came back, retested it, and it pushed down. And then now, guess what? Price broke structure here again. Where is the fair value gap? This is it. Is it valid? Yes, it is. Not because it has worked, but because I see the reasons, I see the factors that make this fair value gap valid, and they are here too. So this is also a fair value gap that is valid. So I just want to give you guys just tell you guys that there's fair value gaps about everywhere in the markets, but not all of them are valid. So you need to watch out for that. Now, look at this, my trade. Look at this, my trade. It's still going up all the way. Anyways, let's look at a few other setups and see what we can see there. Now, this is also an example of a fair value gap that is not valid. This one is not valid. So whatever happens, don't trade it. It's not just pushing down towards this zone, but I don't think I'll trade it. What's the time? I think New York session has just opened. That's why price is this heavy. So I'll not trade here for now. I'll just wait for all this volume to like relax and settle, because these places are just too shaky. I don't want to take a trade right now. But this is a valid level. This too is a valid level, even though I don't have a lot of faith in it, but it's a valid level regardless. Nothing here. Nothing here to look at. Oh. Now, I had a trade here yesterday, but price kept pushing and I was about to leave my computer, so I want to leave the position on because I like to manage my trades live. So yeah, I deleted it. There's nothing to look at here. There's a lot of fair value gap here, but they're not valid. I know you guys, but gaps are everywhere. See, when you learn fair value gap trading here, and then you're trying to trade, if you don't know what you're doing, you lose money back to back. This fair value gap is not valid. That's why you don't just trade. I just came back to where I was. All right, so that will be the end of my video, guys. I just wanted to tell you guys fair value gaps that are valid, fair value gaps that are not valid. And for now, this is the only setup that I'm going to take today, and I've lost it. So I'll see you guys in the next one. Don't forget to subscribe, by the way. I know you're watching this video. You might not even see this channel again if you don't subscribe. Subscribe, turn on the notification, leave a like, and comment your thoughts on this particular trade. If there's a better way you thought I could have managed it, comment down below. I'll be happy to read your comments.